Okay, hello guys, I welcome you to my channel Nota Bene Tech on Tube, and I'm going to cover International Organization for Standardization ISO standards, relevant standards. And as we going to build up some softwares for our organization which are more relevant to our activities and to the working, that's why I just want to cover this in ISO certificate or the ISO standard, which is 9001, injecting quality into software development with industry specific guidance on ISO 9001. So developing software is not always a straightforward procedure. International standard to apply the principles of the world's most widely used quality management system enables engineers to smooth out the process. It has been updated. It has just been updated. So ISO IES IEEE 9003 software engineering guidelines for the application of ISO 9001:2015 to computer software is designed as a checklist for the development, supply, and maintenance of computer software. Okay, the recent updated version combines the proven benefits of ISO 9001 with some of the world's most important support documents in software engineering, allowing an organization to benefit from international best practice in improving quality at every step of the life cycle. This includes everything from the supply, acquisition, operation, and maintenance to the circular process of continuous improvement. Developed in conjunction with the International Electrotechnical Commission and the Institute of Electric and Electronics Engineering, the standard was recently revised to align with the most recent version of ISO 9001 published in 2015, with new concepts relevant to current software development added. Dr. Sandeep Oberoi, chair of the joint ISO and IEC subcommittee that developed the standard, said ISO IEC IEEE 9003 is important for the industry as it provides a much needed interpretation of ISO 9001 in a language appropriate to software development. As it has been written by software experts from many different countries, it adds great value to the wealth of knowledge already accumulated in the software world, he said. It also provides links to other software engineering standards that may be of use to software developers, such as software lifecycle processes, information security, and testing. That's also important, information security and testing, that may be covered in our some of the other videos after we're in a position to develop a software specially designed for our own purpose, and later on we're going to apply that to any other industry specific software, so that obviously we can help build our customers. But right now the purpose is just to build a solid foundation how to develop a software according to the industry standards, and just to actually fulfill our requirements and needs. ISO IEC and IEEE 9003 was developed by Joint Technical Committee, ISO IEC JTC1 Information Technology Subcommittee, SC7 Software and Systems Engineering, whose secretariat is BIS, ISO's member for India. It can be purchased from your national ISO member or through the ISO store. Okay, so this is how it has to be. Okay, I'll just going to move for the relevant ISO. This is one, ISO IEC IEEE 9003 2018 in English, software engineering guidelines for the application of ISO 9001:2015 to computer software. And ISO, the International Organization for Standardization, is a worldwide federation of national standards bodies, ISO member bodies. The work of preparing in national standards is normally carried out through ISO technical committees. Each member body interested in a work for which a technical committee has been established has the right to be represented on that committee. International organizations, government and non-government in liaison with ISO also take part in the work. ISO collaborates closely with the International Electrotechnical Commission on all matters of electrotechnical standardization. The procedures used to develop this document and thus intended for its further maintenance are described in the ISO IEC directives part 1. In particular, the different approval criteria needed for the different types of ISO documents should be noted. This document was drafted in accordance with the editorial rules of the ISO IEC directives. IEEE standards documents are developed within the IEEE societies and standards coordinating committees of the IEEE Standards Association Standard Board. The IEEE develops its standards through a consensus development process approved by the American National Standards Institute, which brings together volunteers representing varied viewpoints and interest to achieve the final product. Volunteers are not necessarily members of the institute and serve without compensation. While the IEEE administers the process and establishes rules to promote fairness in the consensus development process, the IEEE does not independently evaluate, test, or verify the accuracy of any of the information contained in its standards. Attention is drawn to the possibility that some of the elements of this document may be subject of patent rights. ISO and IEC shall not be held responsible for identifying any or all such patent rights. Details of any patent rights identified through the development of the document will be in the introduction and or on the ISO list of patent declarations received. Okay, any trade name used in this document is information given for the convenience of users and does not constitute an endorsement. For an explanation of the voluntary nature of standards and the meaning of ISO specific terms and expressions related to conformity assessment, as well as information about ISO adherence to the World Trade Organization principles in the technical barriers to trade. Okay, this document was prepared by Joint Technical Committee, Information Technology Subcommittee, SC7, Systems and Software Engineering. So what about the introduction requirements? Generally, the adaptation of a quality management system is a strategic decision for an organization that can help to improve its overall performance and provide a sound basis for sustainable development initiatives. The potential benefits to an organization for implementing a quality management system based on this international standard are the ability to constantly provide products and services that meet customer and applicable statutory and regulatory requirements, facilitating opportunities to enhance customer satisfaction, addressing risks and opportunities associated with this context and objectives. The ability to demonstrate a conformity to specified quality management system requirements. This international standard can be used by internal and external parties. It is not the intent of this international standard to imply the need for uniformity in the structure of different quality management systems. Alignment of documentation to the clause structure of this international standard. The use of the specific terminology of this international standard within the organization. The quality management system requirements specified in this international standard are complementary to requirements for products and services. This international standards employs the process approach, which incorporates the plan to check act PDCA cycle and risk-based thinking. So in this international standard, the following verbal forms are used. Shall indicates a requirement, should indicates a recommendation, may indicates a permission, and can indicates a possibility or a capability. Okay, information marked as note is for guidance in understanding or qualifying the associated requirement. Quality management principle, customer focus. The quality management principle, customer focus, leadership, engagement of people, process approach, improvement, evidence-based decision making, relationship management. And process approach, this international standard promotes the adoption of a process approach when developing, implementing, and improving the effectiveness of a quality management system to enhance customer satisfaction by meeting customer requirements. Specific requirements considered essential to the adoption of a process approach are included in 4.4. Understanding and managing interrelated processes as a system contributes to the organization's effectiveness and efficiency in achieving its intended results. This approach enables the organization to control the interrelationships and interdependency among the processes of the system so that the overall performance of the organization can be enhanced. So, schematic representation of the elements of a single process. Sources of inputs. Predecessor processes, for example, at providers, internal or external, at customers, at other relevant interested parties. Inputs, matter, energy, information in the form of materials, resources, and requirements. And starting point is activities and end point is also the activities. Possible controls and checkpoints to monitor and measure performance. This goes towards the activities, and also possible controls and checkpoints to monitor and measure performance goes to the output. Matter energy information, for example, in the form of product, service, or decision. Receivers of output, subsequent processes, for example, at customers, internal and external, at other relevant interested parties. So this is whole representation of the element of a single process when you are actually planning to apply the standard. The PDCA cycle can be applied to all processes and to the quality management system as a whole. And figure 2 illustrates how clause 4 to 10 can be grouped in relation to the PDCA cycle. Representation of the structure of this international standard in the PDCA cycle. Okay, plan, do, check, act cycle. Okay, plan, do, check, and act cycle. Quality management system, organization and its context. Okay, customer requirements and needs and expectations of relevant interested parties. Customer satisfaction, results of the QMS, products and services. So support, and after that it is operation, planning, aside goes by aside leadership, performance evaluation, improvement. You see, what is that? What you plan, that is P, do, it is D, check, it is C, and act is A. So it is in the cyclic form. The quality management system is in the cyclic form. So you just have to come from the planning, goes towards the support and the operation. You just have to do the performance evaluation, and performance evaluation you're going to improve it, and obviously you're going to act. Also, we'll just go back to, and then in the meanwhile you can see that the numbers are mentioned from 1 to starting from, let me see from where the numbers are being starting, so that we can see that how this being represented, starting from the 4 or 4 quality management system, organization and its context. That means that is in this cycle, and afterwards the needs and expectation of relevant interested parties is also in this cycle. This organization and contents and quality management system, with 3 are in this cycle, and customer requirements and customer satisfaction, results of the QMS, quality management system, and products and services. So after within these are this, which you can say PDCA. Okay, so you have to apply this according to this. So let me go further. Number in brackets refer to the clauses in this international standard. Okay. The PDCA cycle can be briefly described as follows. Plan, establish the objectives of the system and its processes and the resources needed to deliver results in accordance with customers' requirement and the organization policies, and identify and address risks and opportunities. Do implement what was planned. Check, monitor, and where applicable, measure processes and the resulting products and services against policies, objectives, requirements, and planned activities, and report the results. Act, take actions to improve performance as necessary. Risk-based thinking. Risk-based thinking is essential for achieving an effective quality management system. The concept of risk-based thinking has been implicit in previous editions of this international standard, including, for example, carrying out preventive action to eliminate potential nonconformities, and analyzing any nonconformities that do occur, and taking action to prevent reoccurrence that is appropriate for the effects of the nonconformity. To conform to the requirements of this international standard, an organization needs to plan and implement actions to address risk and opportunities. Addressing both risk and opportunities establishes a basis for increasing the effectiveness of the quality management system, achieving improved results, and preventing negative effects. Opportunities can arise as a result of a situation favorable to achieving an intended result. So relationships with other management system standards. This international standard applies the framework developed by ISO to improve alignment among its international standards for management system. This international standard relates to ISO 9000 and ISO 9004 as follows. ISO 9000 is quality management system. Fundamentals and vocabulary provides essential background to the proper understanding and implementation of this international standard. And ISO 9004 managing for the sustained success of an organization. A quality management approach provides guidance for organizations that choose to progress beyond the requirement of this international standard. Okay. So scope is given. The international scope for the quality management system with an organization needs to demonstrate its ability to consistently provide products and services that meet customer and applicable statutory and regulatory requirements, and aims to enhance customer satisfaction through the effective application of the system, including processes for improvement of the system and the assurance of conformity to customer and applicable statutory and regulatory requirements. So all the requirements of this international system are generic and intended to be applicable to any organization regardless of its type or size or the products and services it provides. Okay, this is done. And normative references. The following documents in whole and in part are normatively referenced in this document and are indispensable for its application. For dated references, only the edition cited applies. For undated references, the latest edition of the reference document, including any amendments, applies. So ISO 9000 2015 quality management system, fundamentals and vocabulary. Terms and conditions are defined. The terms and definitions are also being defined. Baseline, configuration items, cards, commercial, off the shelf, implementation, regression testing, software element, software product, set of computer programs, procedures and possible associated documentation and data. Yes, a software to a product can be designated for delivery, internal part of another product, or used in development. This is different from the term product. For this purpose, the software is a synonym with software product. Software includes a firmware as well. Okay, so this is also been the bibliography. So this standard is for the software development. You can apply the cycle and PDCA and also the representation of the structure, and which is the systematic representation of the elements of a single process. You can apply these both diagrams to your own organization, and you can see how you're going to apply the standard in software development or in software. So I'll end up my video hoping that we get at least some of the understanding that how we're going to apply, how we're going to use this standard for further software development. I'll see you in the same ISO standard but for some another industry specific requirement. So see you soon. Thank you very much. Take care and have a nice day.